to start now the review, the weekly review for Bitcoin and Ethereum, and I will start with Ethereum. That seems to have a slightly bigger space than Bitcoin. I will look at Ethereum from two perspectives. So the first one is on the daily chart, between our trend lines, between the red one and the pink one here, we have several levels. Now I am looking at this level, which might be a peak formation, like a head and shoulders already. Here and here. And how it's reached the shoulder, it's bounced off it. Now, for the levels that I'm looking at, this one is the 1480, 1460. Let's be a little bit more generous. Between 1480 and 1480, 1450. This would be the support for this formation. Once this support breaks, the next line is the dreaded 1280/1250. So if the trend continues, if the 1480 breaks, the next line will be the 1280, which is a 12% drop. Great to trade. I believe that Ethereum, that will be the next move for Ethereum. Now, what I'm not sure of is whether or not we're gonna spend some more time in this space. So this space here looks like it might become the space for the next couple of days or so. We've already been trending sideways for a long time, but if we check historically how Ethereum likes to do its drops, there's a sideways, a small drop, sideways, breaking of the line, no real backtest, to be honest, and then just continuing down. So this is what might happen here as well. We had some sideways and up, then a drop, and now sideways. I wish I had a crystal ball and tell you it's gonna do another lift or not, but it doesn't look like it to me. Except the only thing that makes me think of a small lift is the very short time frame, as in the next hours or so. The UK session and the first half of the New York session might do a lift up to the 1600, which is just it would be a good, you know, intraday trade. That's okay, but it's not you know, it's no big range. It's not breaking any particular support and resistance lines. Also, what makes me think that we might be having a little bit more sideways and possibly some sort of a retrace up. Let me show you. There we go. Is this 4 hour, we've had this 4 hour wedge that looked like it was breaking out. Now Ethereum loves to do these, and I will, again, I'll be very conservative. I'll take the target from right here in the middle and I'll put it here at the lowest point. This one looks like it would have a retrace up to 1700. It would still be in the space of the 4 hour arc, so going nowhere. I sound like, oh, doom and gloom. It's going nowhere. Now I'm joking. Now 1800 would be a nice lift, but it would still be in this space. So this would be in line with this triangle. So you see how little that would mean on the daily range. However, that would be this drop, but in the other direction, a nice, actually bigger, 17% in lift, which would be great. Also, it would liquidate a lot of shorts that started here at the breaking of this trend line, hoping to get here at the double bottom at 1000. So this lift, I believe, would liquidate a lot of those 17%, and from here 25%. So yeah, this would liquidate 10xers, everybody up from the 3x if they're not over margined. So that is a possibility. Where we are right now on the weekly trade setups is holding the space of this 15-minute arc, and this 15-minute arc does have that 1800 for the level, or the technical target that I have here is 1377. I would be mindful of this technical target because here we have 2 levels before getting there. So I would be taking my profit here at 1470 and then leaving a little bit in for 1430, and then waiting to see what's going to happen at if it reaches the bottom of the 1 hour. This is the 1 hour arc at 1350. But that would be, again, I have that as a possibility as well, 1370. Now, both targets could be valid if we look at the 1 hour arc and we see it going. So if this one here was double top and this one is en route to Mountain Peak, and Mountain Peak is higher than mid-range high, and that would be higher than 1750. Okay, so both scenarios could still play out, but in turn. So one of them happening first, which would be, for instance, if the lift is gonna happen today / tomorrow, I don't know yet. I can't. This would be a prediction rather than a projection. So I don't know, to be honest. What I can watch for is, if the lift happens outside of this arc, I need to see a back test. I will only be trading with half of my position at the breakout, and then at the back test, if the back test holds on the 1 hour, then I will be putting in the rest of my money. Otherwise, I don't want to risk, a fast retracement back into this structure and then a drop to, a 12% drop. I don't want to risk that. So these are the two levels that I would be watching for in terms of breakouts, because we are coming into the breakout phase. So if I were to plan some trades at the moment, this would be the space that it's moving between. And the trend would be down. So the trend on the daily is down. If the trend on the daily is down, I'll start with the down scenario. So from where we are, I'm going to take this path line here, breaking the 1530 line, so breaking the previous bottom here, back testing, and then coming down to the first target would be 1470. So this would be the first target here. So first entry would be the breaking of this line. This would be the validation for the down. This would be the first target, and Ethereum has very nice targets right now. This would be a 4.2% move. It looks small, but it would be, if you leave 30% on the table, let's say you wanna, you lose a little bit on the entry, lose a little bit on the exit, you still have 30% profit to make here. So here and here. Now, the next trade down to make would be I'm looking at the structure here. Very good. Okay, I was looking at what sort of technical pattern Ethereum is in, and I believe Ethereum is in an ascending channel. Okay, because I wanted to measure it to see where this would be going. We already have 3 touches to the top, 3 touches to the bottom. We already have the back test here. Look, I know it didn't hit the line, but I'll still consider this as the back test. I put it here, and the technical target is slightly a little bit lower down to here. So now this makes me move this target a little bit lower. I would still watch for the double bottom there. So here, I would move it here. 1460. So instead of 1480, 1460. Now, if this line breaks, the next line to watch for would be the 1370, and the 1370 is in line with the breakout from the 15-minute arc. Here we are. There. That's 1378. Sorry about that. That was an unexpected yawn. I don't know where it came from. So here would be my second target. And this would cover both. This would cover quite a lot of space for this week, to be honest. 10%, I think after this, we would have to move into a smaller space. Now, for this to happen, for these two shorts to happen, we need to lose support here on the 20. So Ethereum is fighting for support now. So what, I think the internet went off there. So what we can see is a lift up here. Let me see if the internet is back. Can you guys still hear me? I don't think so.
Yes. Yes,
good,
we can hear you.
Super, super, super. Because my internet just froze. So I've just refreshed the page because I wanted to.
Oh, we can see it.
Ah, super. Sometimes I wonder, how does this work? It's always going to be a mystery, JD. Always going to be a mystery. No. I'm still waiting on my page to refresh. I know yours. I hope yours is still on. So what I expected to do is to head slightly upwards and then come down, break the trend line, and continue downwards with a break downwards. Because the trend is downwards and Ethereum has done all that was necessary for it to do. So we might see a fake move Monday. We might see a fake move Monday up to here, retesting the validation for the up, trapping some longs, and then coming back down like this, and then coming down. So we might see something along these lines as well. Now, if this happens, if we see it coming up to this line, we need to see how it comes up to this line and how it is met at that line, because we need to see that rejection, that topping out, that double top situation, and then coming back down. Because this line is also, you see the narrow space we're in. We've already had 1, 2, 3 touches to the top, 1, 2, 3 touches to the bottom. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, because I'm not taking this into account. And then we have 1, 2, and I still think we need one touch to the bottom here before coming up, if the breakout is going to be upwards. But if this validation line holds, this is going to be the big fish to fry, because all of this could have been consolidation for the lift. And even if we look at the Wyckoff accumulation, the way it's been holding up here, it looks like a nice retest. So if this line holds, the next, now I don't want to make it too dramatic, but I think the next target would be the 1750, 1780 range. So this would be the next breakout target here. There it is. So that's why when we get here, we need to see that rejection. And again, that's where the half position trade comes in, because you can put half of your position in, and then when it loses support, add the other half, rather than load it all and then see it coming up, back testing, and you don't want to close this trade because you're too attached to the capital that you've put in, and you can't follow the market where the market is going. So being trapped is not making profit. So you want to stay as adaptable as you can be along these two lines. This is the validation for the up, this is the validation for the down. So I don't have too many trades to present as projections this week, because we are in this tight space. So we can either break downwards, and there would be a break downwards, or we can move up. So these are the two trades, the two options, 3 trades, because the down I think will come in steps because of the 1 hour stochastic RSI needs to rehabilitate, catch a bit of a breather. But they're good trades to make this week, nice juicy ones, 10% on the up, and on the down I believe a little bit bigger. And again, I'm taking only from the invalidation 10%, yeah. So nice 10% moves either up or down. With Bitcoin, we're in the same situation, but the range is a lot smaller. The range for Bitcoin is a lot smaller. Let me just cut down. On Thursday this week, I'll also do a short training session on how the sessions play out, because it's not a coincidence that we always have 3 steps up and 3 steps down, and we have 3 sessions and they play off each other. So that's not a coincidence. So it's good to know what the play is between sessions. They don't always have these roles. They change the roles between them, but the roles are still like 2 sessions will be doing one thing, 1 session will be doing the opposite. It's the way they balance each other out. Now, Bitcoin is in a smaller space. Bitcoin is moving between the 19,600 and 20,200. Now, I will be, because we are in a upwards move, because we are in a downtrend and we got so much rejection, I will consider this line as the validation of the uptrend rather than this one, because it got rejected 1 to almost 3 times there. And again, if I am to look at the touches to the top and the touches to the bottom, if I'm to move this one a little bit higher, there we go, so that I make sure it's got plenty of touches. So I'm not taking this into account. Then we have 1, 2, 3 touches to the top, 1, 2, 3 touches to the bottom. Where is it gonna go? Now it looks like it wants to make a W formation and head up here, which would make sense. because the 1 hour stochastic is at the bottom, and there have been 1, 2, 3, 4 hours holding at the bottom. So that might be a nice recovery to the upside. Anyways, the trades that we have for today, again, we can have a level, we can have 1, 2, 3 level trades this week going upwards. So from here, up to here, up to here, up to here. So these would be the 3 steps up with their corresponding targets. So I would have a target at 22,200. I would have a target right here. And lastly, I would have a target here. There we go. And of course, if this decides to break upwards, we can calculate. And I believe I have a target of about 22,000. This would be the big, nice breakout. There we go. 21, sorry, I take that back. It's not 22,000 first, it's the 21,200. 22,000 is somewhere around here. First, we need to see it break out of this, do something about that. Now, in terms of traders' reality, just because we're in it preparing for New York, do we have any? We have a stop volume candle here. Generally, when it stops like that on the trend line, that means there's going to be a reversal. Let's see if it's gonna play out. So this would be the pathway upwards. There we go. The pathway downwards is a more simple one because we are resting right now on the trend line, and I'll leave the trend line like this, even though it looks a bit scary how price action is pushing now onto it. So the trend line will probably be broken. It will probably be back tested, and I'll put this this arrow here, but this arrow is actually close. So let me see, I was a little bit more optimistic. So this would be the 19K target, technical target of this channel. So this would be my technical target for short. And again, we have the fallen Christmas tree pattern here. It's just how I call it, guys. Don't Google fallen Christmas tree pattern in case you're thinking of doing it. So this would be the 19K. Now, if we look at this on the bigger picture, if it breaks the 19K, the next level down is going to be 17, and to be more conservative, the 18K level, which again would be a big blow for Bitcoin. But you know, the fundamentals are where they are at the moment, so if something like this is going to happen, it's not going to be a surprise. So this will be a double bottom structure. It might be the bottom of the bear market, and from here we could consolidate and slowly move upwards over the next year or so. Or it could be just a temporary bottom until the next, let's say, consolidation breaks down. We will see how we get there and where the macro is after this consolidation. We can't think ahead and try to trade ahead so much. But what I wanted to say to you was, if this breaks, if the 19,000 breaks, the next one would be 18,000 to trade. So both trades would be a nice range. 37%, 25, and 4%. So overall 7% for Bitcoin. But again, I might have been very conservative with this one. It might be 18,000, it might be 17.5, it might actually go below the previous bottom. But this is where I would take my profit, just to make sure I get the profit in. For the up, the ranges are more or less the same from where it is, going up to 22.4, 3%. And again, I've been taking quite small profits of 20, 22, 25. Nothing too spectacular or glamorous, but it was quite constant because of the sideways. So 20 here, 20 here, 20 here, 20 here. Happy days, it's constant. So that's the trade setup for this week. I really hope we have some movement this week, because it's not great to trade in this space. This space is untradable. This is not tradable space where it is right now on Bitcoin. It's 0.9% in this sideways along this trend line. I wouldn't suggest going into a trade now, unless you start either way. You start your position small and then you DCA on confirmation. The trade to make at the moment is a long, because the stochastic on the 1 hour is floored, and I think not on the 15-minute though. I think we still need to watch for this sideways to play out as it plays out, because at the moment we don't have the signals on the 15-minute on. I don't have enough yeses on the 15-minute. So I would just wait for it. If it breaks this line, which is not accidental, that it is the psychological low. While the stochastic on the 1 hour is down, the one on the 15-minute is up. So I would be waiting for this to show itself. I wouldn't go into a trade now, and I would be watching to see how this line holds or doesn't. So if it does break and if it back tests, jump on the back test rather than the there we go. I put it right here because it gives us a little bit more space. So that's it for me. That's how I see the upcoming breakout. It's definitely breakout territory. I don't think that this sideways can go on for much longer. The 15-minute arc as well is barely holding in terms of support. So we'll see what's going to happen when it happens. We have to wait and see. Do you guys have any questions?
From me, Mihaela, thank you.
Super, Lee. Very good. Okay, so good luck trading today and tomorrow, and I will see you guys tomorrow morning for the daily review, where we're going to adjust levels if we have to. If we've had a breakout today and something has happened, we'll need to adjust our levels. Until tomorrow, have a great day trading. Good luck, and take care.